Up next is an overview of providing feedback on a Turnitin assignment as well as scoring it. So, to begin scoring, once you have all of your students submitted, or if you want to score as they come in, you're going to return to the assignment inbox. And here you can quickly glance at the similarity. If you see something glaring like 100%, you will definitely want to investigate that further. You click on the pencil to open the feedback studio. So this is Turnitin's editing mode and scoring mode. And whatever score you enter in the feedback studio, it will appear here under grade, so you know it's been scored. It will also appear in your Schoology gradebook. So that is very convenient. You don't have to enter it twice. The feedback studio is the scoring window, and within that, teachers are able to scroll through all the submissions, so you don't need to go back and forth between the windows. You just keep going to the next essay. You can enter the final score up here, and you can toggle between students. So if you've opened this and you want to find someone different, you could just use the drop down or the arrows to get to the next student alphabetically. So here are what's known as the layers, the grading layers. And this appears on the right of the screen, and they can be collapsed. But here, the first blue layer is called grading. And this is where you can insert something called quick marks, which is just canned comments that you can set up. There are some standard ones as well. You can record voice comments, so that's pretty cool too. You can leave something that may not be clear just by typing a comment. You can kind of talk through the student's essay and they can listen to it on their own. And then if you've attached the rubric, that will be these little boxes. You would open that and score along the rubric. So the rubric view looks like this. It kind of slides open to the right of the essay. And depending on how you've set up the grade, it will either convert the points to out of 100, let's say, or it will keep it as the 1 through 5 or 1 through 4 scale that you've set. So you do have to pre-build your own rubrics or use their library of rubrics within the Turnitin website. We'll talk about that at the end. Quick marks looks like this, so you can drag these little boxes to anywhere in the essay. So that's just allowing you to mark some standard issues. There is a lot to choose from, and again, you can set your own. You can also freely click anywhere within the student's document to type your own comment specific to that particular paragraph or sentence. And that just opens a little bubble for you to type a comment. The next layer in Feedback Studio is called the Similarity layer, and that one is red. This is where you see the percentage that the student's essay matched other material, whether it's another student's essay or other resources. And you can actually see what resources it came from. So this report is what you can use to have that talk with the student. You can adjust the originality filters here. This gets a little bit more complex, but it may be matching up to things that are cited by the student, and you don't want that to appear in their similarity. The originality report looks something like this, and you can see each part of the essay appears in a different color and what percentage of that writing matches perhaps another student's paper or a published article. A high percentage of similarity may indicate a lack of balance between cited material and original analysis. So may not necessarily be cheating. It could be a case where a student's essay is just full of quotes. And finally, the E-Rater layer is down here at purple, and it's an ETS automated grammar checker. It's fairly accurate. Sometimes it overmarks errors, and this layer can be turned on and off because it does layer the essay with a lot of purple marks. But what's great about this is the student can see these marks as well, and they can create their second draft using the advice from the E-Rater layer. Finally, this little gray box, if you needed to download the student's essay with all of this information, including the similarity report, you could do that there. And the information just tells you when a student submitted the essay. So I just want to do a quick demo of Feedback Studio so you can see what it looks like and its functionality. So these are already scored, but I can reopen the Feedback Studio just by clicking on those links. And you have the entire student's essay here and the Feedback Studio to the right. I can toggle between essays on the right or drop down and see my entire class list. And this is also where I enter the score. So to expand any of these, you just click on them. And this is where you would see your quick marks and your commonly used ones here. So these can just be dragged right into the essay. So perhaps it's an improper citation or what they're saying is vague, and you can put these anywhere in the essay as well as freely comment anywhere here. You can add a link if a student needs a resource. You can do a lot of things. You can also save those as quick marks if you tend to be writing them a lot. Here's where you can just add text immediately. Up next on the right is the feedback summary. This is where you can leave an up to 3-minute voice comment where you might need to have more of a conversation about the essay that the student can then take and improve. The rubric layer, if you have set up the essay and attached a rubric, it would appear here. And this is the red layer is the similarity layer. The only one you really need to focus on is the percentage. And this is where you can just get an overview of where the material was copied from. If you need to elevate this to a plagiarism referral, this is generally your proof of plagiarism showing where the sources were copied from. And then the final layer is the ETS or E-rater. And this just adds this purple layer of quick marks of grammatical and mechanical errors. This is a great way just to get a visual overview of how many mistakes are appearing in the student's essay, if it's an issue that needs to be revised, or if they're just small typos. And this, again, the students can see this layer and revise from there and take the advice of the E-rater markings.